What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the debut album from the band Monolith, entitled Against the Wall of Forever. This is released on Funeral Noise Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of primarily San Diego, California, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very traditional, retro style of heavy metal. This is a band that's pretty much green. They've been around, they formed a couple of years ago, and since their formation they have been putting out a consistent array of material, most notably a 2014 EP self-release entitled Notebook and a split release soon afterwards, and they've been a consistent workhorse when it comes to playing live. They have a very distinctive traditional sort of sound. Think, if you will, to early Di'Anno era Iron Maiden and preferably Witchfinder General to a certain extent. They have a sound that's really traditional and retrospective, a classic heavy metal sort of approach to their sound. Not really reinventing the wheel, but making their own sort of spin on heavy metal, and so far it's worked, and the acclaim is pretty much well hyped, I would say. Now we have the debut full-length from this band entitled Against the Wall of Forever. It's 8 tracks, and it clocks in at around 31 minutes in length, and pretty much this is a straight-to-the-point heavy metal record. You're going to get your good share of awesome riffs, great leads, good vocals, in a very, very impressive package. And I would say for a heavy metal traditional sort of record, I think that this album definitely gets the job done here. Yeah. Music-wise, once again, reverting to the word traditional. This is a definite throwback to the classic days of heavy metal. I definitely love the way that they're using the guitar riff work here. I definitely think it sounds awesome. Love the leads, love the solos. I definitely love the presentation of certain things. I want to say on tracks like the opening track, The Emperor, The Suffering of Fools, Die With Your Master, Caravan, I definitely think they incorporate some very, very awesome guitar riffs going on here. Very soaring sort of guitar riffs going on here. Definitely an over-the-top sort of aspect of this album is definitely the guitar work. I love the way that it sounds. The solos are executed quite nicely, and I definitely think that the way everything is tied in together, it definitely does sound entertaining to listen to. Bass-wise, I think it's a very good bass tone. Pretty much a warm, smooth sort of heavy metal bass guitar tone. Nice mix, nicely well done, and definitely a suitable point for this sort of album. Drums are solid too. I definitely love the pace that this album keeps with the drums. Definitely a steady, fast-paced, traditional sort of drumming style. Nothing flashy or fancy about it. I definitely would say this is a traditional, hard-working sort of drum performance. Yeah, I keep repeating myself here, but yeah, you know where I'm getting at with this drum performance. I definitely think it keeps the pace very crisp and clear, especially when it comes to the more slower, mid-paced aspects of this record. I definitely think that the faster moments definitely outshine the slower ones, but still, I think this drummer handles himself very well here. And when it comes to the vocals, I definitely love the way these vocals are being utilized here. Definitely awesome singing vocals. I definitely kind of got thrown for a loop when I heard the growls and the screams. I definitely wasn't really expecting too much of that. I would have expected a more aggressive sort of singing approach to be presented here, but I heard some straight out screams and growls here. Pretty much a contrasting style when it comes to the traditional heavy metal singing vocals. I definitely prefer the singing a lot more than I do the screaming, but hopefully maybe in future records they can incorporate more singing into this, because I definitely love the way that the singing sounds on this record. But that's not to take away from the harsh vocals. I definitely think they're awesome, but I don't know. I prefer the singing more. But yeah. Anyway, overall, if you're a fan of traditional heavy metal, if you're a fan of Iron Maiden, if you're a fan of classic old-school heavy metal, Monolith are a band to be on the lookout for. I definitely think there is way more to this band than meets the eye, and I'm looking forward to hearing them progress and get better with time. I definitely think this is a solid debut, and definitely for fans of classic heavy metal. So, if I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say The Emperor, The Suffering of the Fools, Die With Your Master, Kindly Dr. Jest, probably one of the more interesting tracks on here. Definitely love the way the singing parts on that song go along with the beat of the music. and elusive prey. So I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will link you to the Funeral Noise Records Bandcamp page where you can stream this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can buy it digitally, and you can also purchase a CD version. Very nicely done layout and package, and it is also available on cassette. And I believe, yeah, this is something you should own if you're into heavy metal. So let me show you the album again. This is Against the Wall of Forever by Monolith. This is released on Funeral Noise Records. Definitely check this out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a pretty light 8 out of 10. Very impressive classic heavy metal sounds from a band that's going to get better and better with time. So support Monolith. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. And until the next time, Army Ho out.